That's why I say wealth isn't just about money. It's about capacity, because your body has to feel safe enough to hold space for more. Is there something you always wanted to do or be? I'm not talking about something that you couldn't afford, and not something you were told you had to be realistic. I'm talking about that thing that scares inside your chest whenever you let your guard down. That version of yourselves that moves through life with freedom, whether if it's financially, emotionally, or mentally. Maybe it's traveling more, having a deep and joyful relationship with your children or partner, or feeling peace whenever you access your bank account to look your statement. Raise your hand if something popped into your mind. Okay, hold on to it, because today I'm going to show you how tuning in your body, yes, your body, can lead you back to that dream. Yes, and maybe even make it real. So I'll come back to that dream you're holding, but first, let me share you mine. I've always wanted to become a speaker. I dreamt about standing on stage, speaking truth, and sharing and guiding people into transformation. And today, I am living that dream. I was so excited that my first speaking engagements, I took pictures in the bathroom like a teenager. I'm like, this is proof. So I was so excited that I needed to have that proof. But the path here wasn't easy, because there were two individuals constantly getting in my way for many years. The first one, my 6-year-old self, a little girl who had just been sexually molested, who learned that being in her body wasn't safe. She learned that silence was the safe way to keep being unnoticed and unseen. The second, my 17-year-old self, a young woman who at the time was kicked out of her home after becoming pregnant. Everything familiar to her lost in an instant. She made that mean I am unsupported, unloved, therefore I must not be worthy of love. These two individuals did everything they could to keep me alive. But as I got older, they kept getting in the way to run the show. They built walls out of fear, shame, distrust. And these walls followed me into adulthood. Most of us can relate to similar stories, even if it's different events, but the same core wounds. Rejection, humiliation, betrayal, abandonment, and the deepest one of all for women, unworthiness. And these early wounds are there and developed into protect mechanisms that become our way of being. That's what we people please, we overwork, we push our needs to the side. And these strategies are there to protect us, but at the same time, they limit us. And here's why. In the first 5 to 7 years of our lives, we don't yet have a fully developed brain. We go through life processing everything through emotion and survival, not language. Our experiences get stored in our body through felt memory, without words, without reasoning. That's why if a child is abandoned, she's not gonna say, this has nothing to do with me. She'll feel instead, I must not be lovable. That becomes a core belief, and the nervous system responds by adapting, shutting down, staying small, or going to overdrive. And this is something that eventually we then go into adulthood and try to change with mindset while living in a body that is still operating on survival mode. That's why mindset is not enough. You can know all the affirmations, all the journaling techniques, and still sabotage, still feel imposter syndrome, still overwork, and still push love, money, and opportunities to the side. Because mindset without regulation is like trying to swim upstream with weights tied to your ankles. Here's what changed everything for me. Instead of thinking my way into abundance, I started to feel my way into safety. I began regulating my body to increase internal safety, not just external success. And things shifted. I stopped letting anxiety run the show. Instead of trying to fix and prove myself, I paused and checked into what is it that I needed. I let go of the pressure of doing more and simply started trusting. My income grew, but most importantly, my peace and sense of fulfillment grew. That's why I say wealth isn't just about money. It's about capacity, because your body has to feel safe enough to hold space for more. And this is very huge because we don't know necessarily how to receive. So in order to have everything that you desire, money, relationships, love, success, emotional mastery, you name it, you have to first be to then do. But to truly be, to truly embody that next version of yourself, there has to be alignment. Alignment between your mindset, how you think, your strategy, what you do, and your nervous system. How does your body support both? When that alignment is present, you not only you prepare yourself to get that dream. Remember that dream you were holding at the beginning? You prepare your body to have a place to receive it. So, how can you make this a regular day life? How can you make this happen and make it a reality into your life? First, reconnect with your body's intelligence. Your body speaks in sensation, not words. If you feel a tight shoulder or your rapid heartbeat or checking that email for the 100th time, that's not just stress. It's your body protecting you from those early years. So the body is not the enemy, it's the messenger. When we pause, breathe, and listen, you'll be surprised with all of the answers that your body is holding for you. Once you connect with your body, then you move to the second step. Align your mindset with your nervous system. Now that you get to know your body, then dive deeper. Where is this coming from? Is it fear? Is it not enough? Is it unworthiness? Regulate yourself from that place. And do grounding, breath work, perhaps maybe place your hand in your chest and incorporate an affirmation in the mindset. It's okay. It's okay to receive. We're safe. Nothing bad is happening. I got you. Once you align your mindset with your nervous system, then model success, model confidence how it feels like, not what it looks like. You can't affirm your way into confidence. You have to have that regulation. And confidence isn't about being loud. It's about being rooted. That's why many people practice and they may look confident, but deep down, they may still feel insecure. Start small. Try to access a memory that from a moment, even if it's small, from a moment that you felt clear, that you felt that you spoke up, and use that. Connect to that feeling. How did that felt in my body? And absorb that information and incorporate it into other experiences or moments where you want to build your confidence. Because leadership and confidence doesn't shout. It resonates. We operate through energy. The fourth principle. You want to make sure that you also assess your environment, because your body is constantly assessing environment for safety. It's going to ask, am I safe here? So you can be working with the first principles, but if someone doesn't make you feel safe, you're going to struggle with that. Or if a place or a thing, and you make decisions from that. There might be people that we really love so much, but they may not be the best people to reach out whenever we're being vulnerable, because they may not understand and they may be going through their own journey. So make sure that you're aware of your environment. Where can you feel safe enough in order for you to build yourself into safety? And last one, you build a lifestyle founded in trust, because trust is built in small steps. But we don't have to trust others. When we focus on trusting others, we're probably we're gonna fail, because the only person that we need to trust is ourselves. Because when you trust yourself, you know what feels right for you, and you go from that place. So how do we build that trust? If you say, I'm gonna close down this laptop at 6 o'clock, you close that laptop at 6 o'clock. If you say that I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow morning, you go to the gym. Because that way your body goes like, wait, hold on, she can be trusted. She can be trusted, because you will need that in order for you to step into that next level that you so much want to achieve. Because if not, your body will sabotage because it's not trusting you. As you take these 5 principles in, I invite you to ask yourself, where can I begin? Which part of my body feels ready to feel a little safer, a little bit more supported? Because this isn't about fixing yourself. It's about remembering who you were before these wounds and returning home back to her stronger, wiser, and more whole. If any part of you felt seen today, if any part of you, if you felt your chest staring in, then trust that, because it's your body reacting and speaking back to you. It's your dreamed self and your wealthy self saying, I am here and I am ready for you to come back home. Thank you.